Welcome back, PES fans, to the 16th edition of the European Championships Euro 2020, courtesy of PES 2021. A special thank you to Virtual Red Patch for providing early access to the Estadio La Cartuja in Seville. The link to their wonderful work is in the description. And before we commence our wild ride, don't forget to like and subscribe. 40 years ago, the Stadio Olimpico closed the European Championship final between Belgium and West Germany. For the first time since 1980, the European Championships returned to Italy. The Azzurri have a lot of making up to do since missing the last World Cup and failing to Germany in an unorthodox penalty shootout at the last European Championships, of which Turkey, the Crescent Stars, failed to escape their group alongside Spain and Croatia. Their odyssey of Euro 2008 was a long time ago, but not forgotten. It's a new beginning for the two nations and 22 others. The International Festival of Football is back on track after 1 year of uncertainty. Euro 2020 is underway in Rome. Italy versus Turkey. Çalhanoğlu immediately throws it over the top to Revolutionize. And before the home side even gets a whiff of the ball, it's in the back of the net. And Italy will take their first touch by picking it out of their own goal. It is their captain and the current champion of France with Lille, Revolutionize. The veteran, who is 35 years young, has very likely already scored the fastest goal of the tournament. Gebeki goes back to Leicester City's Soyuncu. FA Cup winner recently. Chiesa will pick up the scraps from that terrible touch from Tekdemir, and Immobile immobilizes the Turkish lead. And now Rome erupts. They was already robbed of the honour of scoring the first goal of Euro 2020, but they'll take the second 15 minutes after the first. St. Giesen there digging for space in the corner of that right flank. And he's whirling away like he's been hit by a tornado, known as Spinazzola. Yellow card for him. Some nice dance moves from the Turkish twinkle toes. Don't forget to strike a finishing pose. Yilmaz to take the free kick. Here's Tekdemir at the near post. There is such a thing as too close to goal. To Turkey. Whereas Tekdemir, it's a poor cross from Yilmaz. Tekdemir makes the most of it, but Celik has kept it alive. It's still Celik. Well, has to scrape and settle for another corner. Verratti holding up plays, back to Pellegrini. Oh, he swirls one from distance. 1 minute to be added on in the first half of the first game. Euro 2020, Florenzi. He's bent one in and it's sucked in by Immobile. He's turned it around. Well, the opening game has been bookended in the first half. A goal in the first minute and a comeback in the last. It's good composure from Yilmaz to find Çalhanoğlu. And he might be in here, but doesn't generate the power needed to sting Donnarumma. Chiesa. Nice little through turn. He finds himself space to the cross. Immobile! What a save by Gunok, and it's been touched onto the post. Downwards and direct can be so difficult to keep out, but keeper can be proud of himself there. Verratti keeps the pressure on to Barella. Immobile. It's a good save by Gunok. It's an instinctive thrash at it from Immobile. He takes it into the vital touch. Florenzi afforded a ton of space from the corner. It's been played short. He lays it off to Pellegrini. It's been slapped up in the air by Gunok. At the very least, I think this may be destined for the crossbar. There's a chance for Italy to break out Insigne. Wastes no time finding Immobile, and that's pushed aside. He didn't fancy his chances against three white shirts. Well, the first half clearly more memorable than the second. Roberto Mancini has accomplished the Italian job on match day 1. Ciro Immobile's brace turning around Turkey's early goal. It is Turkey 1, Italy 2. Certainly a historic moment for Azerbaijan for sure, as they host a European Championship for the first time in their history. They will be responsible for the hospitality of Wales and Switzerland this afternoon. At Euro 2016, Wales flew the flag for Britain, exceeding the expectations of a nation and succeeding England's accomplishments. When they were one game away from reaching the final, you can thank Portugal for that. And Bolo taking his chances with an ambitious through pass, but he found Zakaria, and Seferovic is bested by Hennessy. Ramsey with the first corner for Wales. There's Nico Williams, he prods it forward to Matondo. It's Williams again. There's Gareth Bale. Allen in the centre. And it's a sweet hit for the former Liverpool midfielder, Joe Allen. Wales get the start they needed in reasonable time too. And it was an assist from their iconic and polarising captain, Gareth Bale. A simple pass, a simple choice, and a superb finish from the left foot of Joe Allen. And it's Xhaka. Shaqiri heads it on in due time. Seferovic. That's a strong one-handed stop from Wayne Hennessy. Very little time to react, but a glove made of granite keeps that one out of the net. Allen spreading the play to Gareth Bale. He cuts inside Rodriguez. It's Bale from distance. It's palmed off by Sommer. Everybody and their nan and their dogs know what Gareth Bale has in mind when he gets his ball on the left side of his body. And he's still letting through anyway. It's whipped in. Punches away. Ramsey will get another chance. Plays it short to Morel. Bale takes it on the chest and he clips the crossbar. Scored 3 goals at Euro 2016 and already he's come close to scoring 2 in one match. Zakaria has found an opening for Xherdan Shaqiri! Switzerland level! It is Liverpool's muscular midget, Xherdan Shaqiri. Very much the Swiss antithesis to Gareth Bale. Just as lethal as the left foot, but this time the right-sided one was called upon. Roberts, Allen, more, and he's fitted the through to Bale, who once again can't convert. Well, better luck against the Turks. The champions of 1992 host tournament newcomers Finland in an attractive Scandinavian derby atmosphere in Copenhagen. Finland will no doubt take inspiration from the heroics of Iceland 5 years earlier, who also made their international tournament debuts. Denmark return to the European Championships for the first time in 9 years. Well, Holdos ran straight into Kamara and he's let him have his way in the Pukki. Timu and his team take the lead. 5 minutes played in Copenhagen. Welcome to the European Championships. Unsurprisingly, the goal comes from Finland's second highest ever top goal scorer. West. Well, that's a nice way to wrap it around to Dolberg. Excellent save. Delaney. Braithwaite. Eriksson. Well, he's pinged it straight into the tummy of Radecki. Pukki. Belgian Parlo. Spreads the play to Jensen. Jensen! And it's tipped away by Schmeichel. No match for Timo Pukki. And now, speaking of matches, he equals the legendary Jari Litmanen's all-time goal-scoring record for Finland of 32 goals. And what a time and a place to do it in the international tournament debut. Schmeichel's father lifted the trophy in 1992 and he won't get far with a performance like this. Whilst there's plenty of time and space for a cross, it finally does come, and it's met by Dolberg, who's pulled it wide. Olsen collects the throw. That's whipped in. Antonio knocks it onto his own crossbar. Vitala trying to pick out Pau Giampaolo. Slowly will take it on the chest, looking for a window goal, and thankfully for Schmeichel it was in slow motion. Well, it's held long by Christensen. Denmark had 10 minutes to show us something in this game. Cornelius, he stays on his feet and is finally brought down. Penalty kick to Denmark. 9 minutes left on the clock. And Paulus Arajuri is the suspect. Oh, and that's controversial. Should that be a penalty? Eriksson slots it. And Denmark have pulled the goal back in front of the hometown crowd in Copenhagen. We've got a game on our hands now for the final 8 minutes. Mealy spots the pass that we all see down the line to Damsgaard. Vitala trying to close him down. Damsgaard gets the ball in. Cornelius takes it for the overhead kick, but the referee's pulled it back. A dramatic opportunity for Denmark now. Eriksson. Olsen! It is the 21-year-old substitute Andreas Skov Olsen, who has dug Denmark out of deep, deep trouble against the underdogs. It's an equaliser that feels like a match-winning goal. And it's a almighty leap from the Bologna player. Very much the last minute of the game. Can Denmark steal a winner? Cornelius goes through it all alone. And it's the very last kick of the game. It is Denmark 2, Finland 2. But not a bad debut for the Eagle Owls. 3 years ago, we witnessed what Russia were capable of with the indomitable homeland support. Now the national team returned to St. Petersburg to aim to benefit from that home team bias once again. Belgium was going to be a host nation themselves, only the Euro Stadium couldn't be finished in time. 40 years ago, Belgium were runners-up in this competition. However, 60 years ago, then known as the Soviet Union, Russia lifted the trophy in France. Karaviv gets the cross through to Juba. That's what Belgium's defence will have their hands tied with, the height of Artem Juba. De Bruyne unleashing one with that left foot. That's a lethal hit. Torgan Hazard whips him into Lukaku. It's a comfortable catch for Linyev. Juba pushing it through to Moranchuk. Doesn't quite make it, but Moranchuk does, and he's returned the favour to the captain, Artem Juba. It's a direct hit on Thibaut Courtois' knee. Well, Russia are showing the enthusiasm and none of the fear that the neutrals were probably expecting them to against Belgium. First corner of the game to Russia. Karaviv taking it on the volley. Oh my God! Would have been a thing of beauty. Hazard and Tielemans exchanging passes, and Tielemans forcing Linyev to tip it over. Shades of his wonder goal against Chelsea at Wembley. Tielemans, Lukaku, he's surrounded by 4 red shirts, and it doesn't stop him. He's gone through all of them, blasting it into Linyev's goal. And Belgium, who are technically the visitors, have come to what could have been an intimidating atmosphere in St. Petersburg and snatched the lead. Look at this run by Torgan Hazard. Lukaku, he just drifts away from the defender. And he slips at the crucial moments. Doesn't get all of that strike. One of them just lifts it in. Yuri Zhirkov. Russia have equalised just as time was wearing thin. And would you believe, the 37-year-old Yuri Zhirkov has still got it. And he gives it to the Russians all across this massive nation. The declaration of competition. This Russian goal scoring hero, Yuri Zhirkov. He doesn't keep his composure when he brings down Meunier in a threatening position. De Bruyne drills it in. There's pandemonium in there. Meunier finds the post and it's been scuppered in. It's a scrappy finish. And it looks as though it will be an own goal against Linyev. Shouldn't even be in this competition, really. It's harsh to allocate the own goal to him. Not much he can do about this fracas, this chaos in that penalty area. Golovin. Fending off Hazard. Özdev. Golovin in the near post. And that was Russia's best chance of redemption, and possibly the last chance for Belgium's golden generation to do something in this tournament. Well, they've got off to the right start. It's Russia 1, Belgium 2. History continues to be made at Euro 2020. North Macedonia, just like Finland, make their international football tournament debut. Their opponents, the returning Austria, would be wise not to underestimate. The Macedonian Lions, they famously beat Germany in March of this year. At the tender age of 37, Captain Goran Pandev is North Macedonia's highest ever goal scorer with 37 goals to his name. North Macedonia might be in for a treat here already with Tchaikovsky 1-on-1. Luckily for Alexander Shagler, he does find the goal, but just the wrong side of it. Linking up with Elmas. Knocked down to Goran Pandev, cuts inside here. He splats against the gloves of Shagler. There's the warning signs for Austria. Lazaro is taking that into a tempting touch. It's still Lazaro. Hits the post and Arnautovic pokes it in. Only he's going to be offside. Line has found an opening for Sabitzer. Strong save. A defiant stop from Dimitrievski. Sabitzer, that's a first time knock onto Laimer. And he's passed it into the bottom corner. That is a slick goal for the boys of Austria. Unsurprisingly, 3 Bundesliga players involved in that build-up. Lazaro of Borussia Mönchengladbach. And then Sabitzer and of course Laimer of RB Leipzig. Alaba. A trusty corner looking for Laimer's brace. David Alaba. The give and go to Sabitzer. Opens fire for a stunning second goal for Austria. It's a rude awakening for the sophomore tournament of North Macedonia. They've been mowed down by Marcel Sabitzer's menacing power from outside the box. Alioski gets enough space for a cross in. Pandev! What a save from Shagler! What a way to deny Pandev his 38th goal for his country. Unable to repeat the magic that brought them to this dance. It's North Macedonia 0, Austria 2. The European Championships return to Amsterdam for the first time in 21 years. The Netherlands were eliminated in this stadium in the semi-final stage against another team wearing blue. The Italians. This is the Ukraine's 3rd European Championship. They've been unable to escape the group stage in the last 2 tournaments they took part in. As for the Netherlands, they have a lot of making up to do. They've missed the last European Championship and World Cup. They are starved for international glory. Warehouse knocks that down to Dumfries. He gets it back. Play goes on. Depay at the far post. Depay delivers the dream start for the Dutch. Just like the Italians in the first game of the tournament, the Ukraine have barely gotten a sniff of the ball. The sea of orange in the Johan Cruyff Arena has just turned into a tidal wave of joy. De Jong successfully squeezes in the cross. It's got down to Dumfries. There's Wijnaldum. Edges wide. Dutch captain almost catapulting them into a 2-goal lead. Depay turns and strikes and he sends Piatsov hurling through the air. De Roon makes Wijnaldum's anticipation pay off. De Jong tries to bring it down. Great technical save by Piatsov. Nice little bit of showboating from Frankie de Jong. Flicks it up and strikes it down with vengeance. Yaremchuk stands his ground. Not bothered about the clearance. Yaremchuk! What a save from Sillissen. Depay, good footwork from him. We expect nothing less from the Lyon forward. Berghaus. Dumfries. Depay's missed it. Babel doesn't. He converts. And the veteran who cut his teeth on a club football level here at this arena has surely secured 3 points for the nation in this historic stadium, in this historic tournament. And the Netherlands nervously held on to that lead until they finally extended it. It's Netherlands 2, Ukraine 0. Football finally comes home in a literal sense, but we all know what is truly meant by that statement. 25 years since marching onto the pitch of the old incarnation of Wembley Stadium, and since walking off in agony after the last kick of the last England game at Euro 96, Gareth Southgate leads the new generation, the Three Lions, out onto the pitch for a World Cup semi-final rematch against the Croatians. They have since beaten Croatia at this stadium. Just can they do it again in the far more sentimental circumstances? Let's drop to Phil Foden. Well, he fools Modric. And there's your reason why everybody across the nation was clamouring for his inclusion in this starting lineup. Look at that composure to take it past one of the world's best players. Hell of a strike too. Modric, it's Brozovic. It's Petkovic. Rebic has sprung out of nowhere! And Croatia lead in London after 10 minutes. Anti-Rebic enables the anti-England atmosphere for the Croatians. Well, they've robbed England of the honour of scoring the first goal at Wembley at Euro 2020. Barisic looking to deal further damage. Perisic, down to Vlasic. Petkovic one-on-one with Pickford, and this time is a comfortable save. Henderson looping it over the top to Trippier. And Kane with a bicycle kick. Denied a heroic equaliser. It's the stuff of England players' dreams to score a goal like this at a tournament. Sterling, direct to Kane. Henderson slips on the crucial hit. Perisic with a simple but effective pass to Petkovic. Kane. Sancho is put back through to the captain, Harry Kane. And is stopped by the studs of Livkovic. 10 times out of 10, you'd bet your mortgage on Kane converting from this kind of range. Here comes Trippier bursting down that flank. It's Kane trying to repeat the glory attempts from earlier. 5 minutes left of the first half at Wembley. It's Croatia 1, England 0. Foden. Wonderful pass to pick out Sterling. It's slapped away by Livkovic. And Kane picks things up where he left off at the World Cup. He scores England's first goal of their European Odyssey. Livkovic seemingly had Harry Kane in his pocket. This pinging pass from Foden is a chef's kiss. Kane is the waiter that clears Sterling's table. Vlasic has a chance for an instant reply. Well stopped by Pickford. England nearly caught celebrating too early. Trippier cutting the pitch in half. A fast travelling to Sancho. Kane gives it back to the Dortmund winger. Sancho has passed it past Livkovic. England key marking the end of the first half and the start of the second with goals. They've taken a composed lead over Croatia. None of the Barmy Army forgets what happened in Moscow 3 years ago. And where Kane should have squared to Sterling in that semi-final, he makes good by threading it through to Sancho instead. Perisic goes back to Luka Modric. He drills one from distance, but the strike was rising. Zalko. There's enough space for that cross in. Now Rebic knocks it down to Modric. Whoa! Imagine the explosion of emotion should that go in. Captain Kane and Sancho the Saviour have avenged England's semi-final heartbreak against the Croatians. It's England 2, Croatia 1. The last time Scotland took part in the European Championships Their opponents this afternoon, the Czech Republic, were beaten in the final of that competition thanks to a German golden goal. It was at this hallowed turf at Hampden Park in which Scotland secured their rights to play in this tournament via the penalty shootout against the Serbians. The Czech Republic has performed at every European Championship since their inception. Kaderabek, Darida, and Jankto couldn't make the patient build-up worthwhile. Tierney can't keep up with Kaderabek, and Schick slices the resolution. He bounced to Tierney. McGregor squares it to McTominay. He hits it first time. Wasn't the cleanest strike he could muster from the laces. Jankto does find the space needed. Schick off the post. And it's rebounded off the back of Marshall. A humiliating deficit for Scotland. Just over 15 minutes remaining. And the visitors, the Czech Republic, have taken a freak lead. Jankto works enough space for the cross, and it comes off the foot of Marshall. And the goalkeeper's impersonation of a starfish pays off for the runners-up of 96. 10 minutes for Scotland to save face and seek out that hometown euphoria. Christie knocks it onto Forrest. Forrest off the post. Almost pushes it past Pavlenka. Tempers flaring, frustration building for the Scottish. Christie hits the wall, knocks it on to McGinn. Yeah, can he do? And the near post from McGinn. It's great improv after hitting the wall, but it's a direct hit at the goalkeeper. An emotional return for Scotland to international tournament football, but for the wrong reasons. And now they reunite with England at Wembley like they did in 1996. It's Czech Republic 1, Scotland 0. It's only Slovakia's second appearance at the European Championships. That led to an underwhelming group stage finish. All-time goal scorer Marek Hamšić can't allow what must surely be his final campaign for Slovakia end in similar fashion. Poland are of course armed and captained by the world's best striker Robert Lewandowski. He is their all-time leading goal scorer too, with 66 goals for the Eagles. Jóźwiak, he gives Rebus a ton of space. Lewandowski, to the surprise of nobody, has opened the scoring for Poland here in St. Petersburg. Poland never got the opportunity to play here in St. Petersburg 3 years ago at the World Cup. Well, they've returned to the motherland with a great start. Rosinski is pulled back to the fullback, who holds another one in for Lewandowski, and this time it's at Dubravka. Cross falling a little too short, has to get his head underneath it. Cross from Kadio. Fired away by Denis Vavro. It was clear, she's brought it into touch. And he tries to roll it over to Dubravka with a volley. Looping via the laces. Chance for Slovakia on the counter. It's fizzling out though. So on the top to Jirka. There's a hit. And Jirka has dipped the ball into the pond of St. Petersburg. They are an hour later and Slovakia have arrived and signed their name on the score sheet in extravagant fashion. Can't ask for a better ball. This is the sort of pass that buries defenders. Beautiful lob over the head of Szczesny. Kidior has lined it up for Zielinski. Zielinski fails to put Poland back in the map with 2 minutes remaining. Arguably the easiest game both sides will face so far, and it's a stalemate. It's Slovakia 1, Poland 1. From Bilbao to Seville, the saga of the last year's international events writes another chapter in its impact on Euro 2020. But still, Spain is Spain, and Spain we remain. 9 years since lifting the trophy in Ukraine, a new Spanish generation hosts Sweden in the Cartuja Stadium. in Seville. Cantankerous legend Zlatan Ibrahimovic was due to take part, but withdrew due to injury. Ekdal bypasses Busquets. Ekdal's hit is deflected over the calf of Eric Garcia. Kulusevski fighting off Thiago. It's another block. Forsberg brings it into touch, and that's a dipping volley. De Gea flaps at it, and Quaison has capitalised on the chaos. Sweden take the shock lead in Seville. Now does the inquest begin into David De Gea's decision making here? Should he have done better? Thiago, why not? It's controlled by Olsen. It's a wonky cross from Gaia, doesn't go into the mixer as intended. Ferran Torres will try and improvise. Brilliant save from Olsen. Low, hard and horrendous to keep out. Forsberg slams on the brakes, he meets Berg! I'm certain that flick-on was intended to be a pass, but nearly made do for extending the Swedish lead. Driven forward by Thiago. Oyarzabal. Now Sarabia. Sarabia opens up and Olsen is in no man's land! Spain have equalised just shy of an hour. Probably going to be the easiest goal he'll ever score in his career. The three-time European champions will hardly complain about getting back into the game any way they can. However, Robin Olsen, more like Oldman, wandering away from goal like a lost elderly patient. Spain keep going against the run of play. Koke, Thiago, from range! And this time Olsen was between the sticks. And even if this was on target, I don't think he's reaching it. Morata fed it through to the overlapping Sarabia. It's a direct hit at the keeper. 5 minutes left to play. Sarabia, Morata. Here is Olmo. It's a low cross, and this time Olsen is faster than Sarabia. Well, the era of Enrique will take a little while longer to get underway. It is Spain 1, Sweden 1. Well, Group F is your group of death, and let's hope it's as painless as possible for Hungary. It's the rematch of one of the most exciting games from the last European Championship, Euro 2016. Coincidentally, Group F as well. The 3-3 draw that carried both teams into the knockout stages, and the rest is history for Portugal, the reigning champions of Europe. 1964 was Hungary's best ever finish in this competition. They came third. But Pereira has stopped Vida in his tracks. Ronaldo can waste no time at all getting his first goal. But Galashi has other ideas. Starlight bends the cross back in. It's a direct hit from Zuzak at Lopez. Silva plays the corner short to Ronaldo. Thumping header from Felix, parried away by Galashi. Coutinho. Ronaldo. This time it's on the left peg. With a nudge to Adam Salai. Roland Shalai rolls down the window. Pulls out the Uzi, it's a drive-by on Portugal. They are in and they're out with their first goal. And it's a shocking lead over the European champions. Rank outsiders of the group are in front after surviving a barrage of wrath from Ronaldo and Co at the other end. Silva takes his corner, Moutinho, and that was cleared off the line. Ronaldo knocks it back to Semedo. Venchix. He spotted Salai. Here's Zuzak. There's a nice little chop, cuts inside Guerrero. They've done it again! Unlike 2016, Hungary have doubled their lead over the Portuguese. And their captain turns provider to goal scorer Adam Salai. A beautifully built goal from the national 11. Skill from Zuzak, pinpoint cross to Salai. Nothing Lopez can do about it. Portugal have to start the second half strong, and they've taken no time doing it at all. Spanish champion João Felix has reduced the damage by 1. Predicted to be the successor to Ronaldo one day. It takes some doing. Doesn't make a bad case for it here. What a lead from the young boy. Semedo is running out of pitch to run into. Now Moutinho has to restart the attack. Correa. Felix. He flips back over the top. Bruno Fernandes carries not going through. Hits the post. Blanche is still trying his damnedest to deny the Europa League runner-up. But Bruno Fernandes gets there in the end. In spite of defiant goalkeeping. What about the influence of João Felix? Scores the goal, sets up another one. Completely misjudges the flight of that free pass. What about this for a farce? Fernandes makes good on the third attempt. Sent long by Nudge to Salai. Szoboszlai unleashes a hit. Shots up. Ronaldo. He pings it across the field to Guerrero. And all of those green shirts marching forward, and Ronaldo is the one that gets first dibs on the low cross. In place of the trademark shoe of Ronaldo, he shines the shoe of Guerrero to show his gratitude. At long last, the Seychelles take the lead. Ronaldo slams on the brakes, cuts inside, and he slips at the crucial moment. Doesn't get everything on that shot he wanted. It's fed down the line to Zuzak from Laurentics. Zuzak makes it, and there's an opening for Salai. Pulled it wide. Semedo. Felix. Fernandes. Ronaldo. Look at this flamboyant football from Portugal. Shotto rounds it off. Counter-attack of death. And all of Portugal's attacking red arrows have dropped their bombs, emptied their payload and hit their targets. And Fernando Santos says it's over to you, France and Germany. A bleak start, but a game of 2 halves. Hungary paid the price for daring to take that lead on Portugal. It is Hungary 2, Portugal 4. Fair to say, we've literally saved, but best till last. Germany versus France in Munich. The last 2 champions of the world. Alongside Spain, these 2 countries have won the European Championship the most. Germany 3 times, France 2. And the Blues very nearly made it a 3rd 5 years ago in Paris. The Euros return to Germany for the first time since 1988. Pogba dropping it down to Hernandez. The cross doesn't quite make it. Conte improvises. Griezmann comes as close as the frame of the goal. Goretzka soaking up his Bayern Munich teammate Hernandez. Here is Goretzka, and Germany have a chance against the win the play. Here's Kevin Volland. 1-0. Monaco's man Kevin Volland sets Germany ahead. And for a pitch that is littered with Bayern Munich alumni, Hernandez and Goretzka dueling in their own stadium. Leroy comes out on top, and that is a beautiful through pass to an exposed French defence. Free kick opportunity for Kroos. It's over the wall. Doesn't get it back on Lloris's target though. From Volland to Werner. And the referee has pulled it back. It's going to be a yellow card for Tolisso. Another Bayern Munich representative clattering into the calf of Volland. Kimmich. It's down to Gnabry. Just stalling. Back to Joshua Kimmich. Cutting through the air on the curl. Hernandez. Into the blue hell of the French. Pavard survives the clash of heads. Mbappe. Shrugging off Kroos. Griezmann takes it into touch. And straight at Neuer. Bad finish. Tolisso is alive in the volley though. This was a gift for Griezmann. It's on the wrong side of his body. Werner goes back to Kroos, and Tolisso is already on a yellow card. And he's sent off in his own stadium. And he will miss the game against Hungary in Budapest. Have you ever seen a player take out another one with his skull? The onslaught of Ousmane Dembele. Griezmann And the Barcelona boys link up. It's across the face of goal for a tap-in for Mbappe. Not today, says Neuer. You couldn't even dream of Mbappe missing a chance like that. And Volin spots Goretzka. Leon Goretzka. Still no goals from any Bayern players in Munich. Here's the round out to Thomas Müller. Oh, he scoops it over the top to Volland. Volland, what a goal! Call me Kevin and kiss my belly. Kevin Volland with a criminal semi-volley to surely wrap up a dismal opener for France, the champions of the world. The casuality of this looping pass from Müller, followed by a furious hit from Volland. Germany goes strength to strength as they face Portugal next, and France will have to exercise some damage control against Hungary. It's Germany 2, France 0. Match day 1 of Euro 2020 is complete. Italy raised the curtain in style, awarded 3 points for doing so. They top Group A. Belgium left it late while the Scandinavians have a stalemate. Austria and Netherlands have synchronized victories. England avenged their World Cup loss over Croatia. And Group E stands for the group of evens. And finally, the European champions are loving life in the group of death. The race for the Golden Boot is underway too. 2 goals scored by 3 players. Teemu Pukki, Kevin Volland and Kiro Immobile all enjoyed braces on match day 1 of Euro 2020. The festival of football is finally underway. Euro 2020 match day 1 is in the books. As always, let me know what you thought was the best goal, best player and best match. Thank you everybody for watching. Best of luck to your country this summer, and I'll see you in match day 2.